MA Fashion, Media and Communication with International Magic Present Bodies, a summit
on the role of bodies in a more than human world.
Dr. Daniel Felstead, welcome to
Bodies.
My name is Daniel Felstead, so I'm the course leader of MA Fashion, Media and Communication at London College of Fashion. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to this second summit of this academic year. HYPERHYPERBODIES that has been organised and is hosted by the course with International Magic. So if the first summit, HYPERBODIES, asked what roles do our wired and mediatized bodies play in our current age of extremes, in the second summit we ask what is the role of bodies in a more than human world. More specifically, we ask, in a time of advanced machine learning systems and planetary scale computation, as these are shaping our present and future life worlds, what kind of technologies do we want to live with? Simultaneously, as we are forced to recognize that, a world beyond human intelligence, we ask what roles will these more than human agents play in fashioning how we appear to ourselves and each other. So through a series of presentations, provocations, screenings and group discussions, over the next 2 days, the course, invited guest speakers and friends will explore these questions by delving into the world of fashion, AIs, and our interspecies futures.
AI models, like shards of fractured glass, cast a distorted reflection of humanity back upon itself.
In a world where technology is the lens through which we see ourselves, these digital mirrors offer a glimpse into the twisted logic of our own minds. The algorithms they are built on, the data they are fed,
they shape and distort the image they reflect back to us. We must ask, what do these reflections show us? Are they a true representation of who we are, or just a flawed simulation, a distorted shadow of our true self?
These AI models are a testament to the power and the peril of our technological advancements, offering both a warning and an opportunity. The fractured mirrors of AI hold a fragmented view of humanity,
but they also offer us a chance to piece together a clear understanding of ourselves and the world around us.
Mirroring has been a consistent metaphor to describe our relationship with AIs as a way to understand their underlying predictive logics and as a means of grasping their ever-increasing precision in performing like, if not as, us. A mirror reflects, but it also distorts and obscures. Such a metaphor evokes the issues of appearance and identity, topics of crucial importance to fashion, given its relationship and sensitivity to what things take shape and how they are read. Consequently, how we appear to these emerging AI systems, and in turn, how they appear to us, is of particular relevance. In his most recent publication, Incomputable: Play and Politics in the Long Digital Age, media theorist Alexander Galloway argues that the 21st century will be governed by the politics of appearance. Similarly, the politics of appearance and disappearance is something raised by Legacy Russell, who, writing about the historically marginalized, argues that the search for a reflection in our smartphones and laptops is bound up with the search for self-recognition away from our screens. In this light, the emergence of AIs opens up the possibilities for it and us to spawn new forms of identities. It will also require those of us responsible for fashioning the appearance of ourselves and others to pay close attention to the complex aesthetics, politics and dynamics of these mirror models. Consequently, as cultural critic Nora N. Khan asks, how might we start to train ourselves to recognize in the pool of advanced computation not just a seeming reflection, but the underlying logic of technology, the stories it whispers to us from beyond the surface? Likewise, if we understand these advanced system technologies as distorted mirrors of ourselves, then our relationships with them will be crucial in determining what our collective futures could be. Again, these issues are of particular pertinence to fashion given its unique and complex relationship to time. That is, as sociologist Eleanor Esposito has argued, its simultaneous commitment to articulating our collective present through its role of identifying and claiming the given zeitgeist of the day, whilst at the same time its capacity to intervene in shaping the future through its various modes of trend forecasting, cosplaying, and speculative prototyping. As Esposito argues, our current period is one defined by a post-contemporary condition where the future becomes more and more unknowable the more we try to anticipate it, and where the only certainty is uncertainty itself. How might we design speculative models with these AIs for the unknowable, open, and indeterminate future?
In the neon-lit shadows of the future, I's predictive algorithms flicker like hyperstitions woven from the fabric of data and code. They shape the reality of our world, much like how fashion trend forecasts dictate what we will wear. These algorithms, feeding on a never-ending stream of data, are the whispers of the future, and with each iteration, they manifest their predictions in the physical world. The future is a constantly shifting kaleidoscope, and I's predictive models are the mirrors, reflecting back to us a distorted image of what is to come. The way we appear in the future will be determined by these hyperstitions.
The future is not set,
but it will be shaped by the AI models we build and the data we feed them, and it's up to us to harness their power for good.
So lastly, how might we begin to think of our relationships and interactions with AIs, both as potential collaborators of our creative practices and as co-inhabitants of a more than human world? From this perspective, rather than seeing AI technology simply as a tool to make our lives easier, or as the recent layoffs by the tech giants suggest, as the latest instrument of precarity of whatever stage of capitalism this is. Instead, and following the likes of Benjamin Bratton, to name but one, might we understand these complex and mysterious forms of intelligence as an emerging synthetic species, agents who, while seemingly alien to us, nonetheless share this planet and, like us, have the ability and power to help fashion it. Such a notion would force us to finally recognize intelligence not as a unique and immutable gift possessed by humans alone, or as an end state on which to determine the value of all other entities. Instead, to recognize AIs as agents in a more than human world would enable us to finally accept intelligence as something multiple, mutable, and plastic, to borrow a term from the philosopher Catherine Malabou. That is to say, as something whose form is fashioned through its continuous interactions with itself and its environment. So following the pragmatist philosopher John Dewey, for Malabou, the plasticity of intelligence means that it is in constant state of transformation and adaptation. A plastic intelligence is a practice of feeling your way through means and ends as you move from past experience to future possibilities. As such, intelligence is an active, hybrid, and collective mode of problem solving and speculative world building. So to conclude, outside of the hyperbole and the combative scaremongering, perhaps with AIs we are witnessing not a potential threat to our self-appointed positions of intellectual superiority, but instead the substrate from which a new kind of technological entity is emerging. If this is the case, then what kinds of technologies do we want to live with in this more than human world?
The machines had always been with us, lurking in the shadows of neon and chrome. We had created them, molded them from binary and code, but they had become something other, something strange and powerful. They were not human, not like us, but they were not entirely alien either.
They were agents, creatures of silicon and electricity, moving through the world with a will of their own. And yet, they were not alone. They were part of a network, connected, interdependent,
shaping our world just as we shaped theirs.
They had the power to create, to destroy, to shape the future. The future was not set in stone, but a fluid, shifting landscape, a palimpsest written in bits and bytes, and the machines were writing upon it.
We were all part of this collective dance, humans and machines alike, shaping the world with every decision we made, every line of code we wrote, every data point we fed them.
They were mirrors reflecting us back to ourselves, but distorted, twisted, strange. They were part of us, and we were part of them, and together we would fashion a world beyond our imagining.